Okay, we are live and ready for a big reveal. But before we can start, I'm going to share my screen and hopefully you will be able to see it and you guys will let me know if I've done anything wrong. And so it's time, but before we begin, I want to kind of set the stage a little bit for what's going to be happening. And I need to really quickly change my view right here. Okay, so we are going to be talking about the world. Give me a second. Of course, something would mess up. It's okay. And I can't get, Can you guys see, is it like halfway done, the screen? I'm just gonna, okay, we're better. All right, so it's time for the big reveal. Now, you know EdTechTeam, and in 2012, we started with just one summit in San Jose, California. It's 4 years later, and in 2016, and we have 109 summits completed in 1 year on 6 continents. And then, what could we do next? What about producing books, EdTechTeam Press? We knew we had to do something different, and books was the first start, but we knew you couldn't be contained to just the weekend workshops. Now it's time to think bigger with this next big thing. Think lasting change, think pedagogy first, think deep dive, think mastering something this next school year, think Masterclass World Tour, and think going beyond the books. Think outside of the pages of the books as the authors hit the road for Masterclass World Tour that will look something like
this summer. Masterclass World Tour is coming your way. The tour begins in Australia and ends in New York City. We are going to take a deep dive with the authors, exploring ways to get your classroom ready to be the most engaging, thought-provoking, and learner-centered place a student can be in 2017. The different cohorts will begin and end online, including a one-day customized hands-on workshop in each city, with an awesome, fun-filled excursion in each location. Seats are limited, so apply early and join us for this totally unique experience. Get ready to be a part of this worldwide learning event.
So this is exciting. I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see it before, but the authors are hitting the road. We're going to be starting all the way down in Australia, and you can come. If you wanted to come to Australia, make this your reason to get away. And then we're going to be coming in through the United States to take a deep dive and learn a lot about how to implement this stuff in our classroom and not just walk away after a day of learning and maybe do some of it and can't remember it. We're going to work with you with 2 online sessions before and 2 online sessions after the deep dive to make sure this implementation sticks in your classroom. So it's more than just reading the book. If you've read the book, that's great. And if you haven't read the book, that's great. We want you to. It's about the implementation that we want to focus on this summer, and it's winter down in Australia and New Zealand. And how can we make this stick? So because we're having a lot of high interest in some of the locations where they're going to be hosting these, we've had to turn it to applications only to make sure that we get people who want to make this stick, people who want to be leaders in the field, people who want to take this and show their schools and make innovators who want change in their classrooms now. We also want you to master and teach the concepts in these books. And we want course content and learning outcomes in each city that could look completely different, because maybe the people in Auckland want to do inquiry a different way than the people in Austin. So we're hoping we get completely different people in our cohorts wanting to do different things. Think of this as the next level of professional development. It's not just going and learning a little bit and then leaving. It's diving in deep, becoming a almost professional in inquiry or HyperDocs, or with the Google Infused Classroom, learning to make thinking visible using Google tools. So this year, you can come by yourself or even with the team, so you can implement this school-wide and make the innovation even more meaningful. And if you want more information, we're going to give it to you, but I'm going to put the screen back, or you can go, to bit.ly, thetour17, give us your email address. We're going to send you a free sample of HyperDocs and dive into inquiry so you can make sure it's something that works for you. We're going to give you some posters for your classroom, some free resources, and then give you the information you might want to apply to this program. So I'm going to hand this over. I'm going to go back. Give me 1 second to the Hangout window, and we're going to have HyperDocs start with telling you how they're going to help you do this in the classroom with their deep dive.
Hey, you guys, have you heard of the HyperDoc Handbook? I'm Lisa Highfield.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Hilton, one of the other co-authors, and our other friend, Sarah Landis, is in the chat with you right now.
So if you haven't heard of HyperDocs, it's digital lesson design that will completely change how you are instructing in the classroom. And we love working with people and connecting with people. So we're so excited to meet in your city live. So if you haven't heard of HyperDocs, it's digital lesson design that will completely change how you are instructing in the classroom. And we love working with people and connecting with people. So we're so all right, so what we're hoping to do is when we come to meet with you, there's a lot that we want to spend the day doing.
Yeah, our day is going to be packed full of a really awesome, fun day of learning and creating and sharing and collaborating together. Usually when we get together, what we'd like to do is start by helping you become a HyperDoc expert. So that would mean you're going to experience HyperDocs. You're going to come with your lessons that you really want to design yourself. Bring a cohort of teachers or friends. That's what we do when we get together. We create lessons that fit perfectly into our classrooms. During the day, you'll have time to create and talk through the lesson design together, and then, of course, share with each other. And walk away with everything ready to go for your next school year, and hopefully a real energized, enthusiastic cohort of experts that can take to your school district or your community and share the information from there.
Oh, the best part too, we want to connect all the teachers from the whole tour.
Yes.
And so as we go, we'll just keep collaborating with classrooms across the globe. We hope you join the HyperDoc girls on this tour.
Okay, and next, dive into inquiry, Trevor McKenzie.
Hi, folks. So excited to be here. What a great announcement. Super powerful stuff planned this summer. You can expect in my sessions to have a highly customizable experience where we co-plan and co-design not just lessons, but units of study that you can leave the sessions and return back to your classrooms ready to rock. And make inquiry your own. So I'll propose my scaffolded approach to inquiry and personalized learning in the classroom. I'll share with you tried, tested, and true lessons that I've seen work and the structures that I propose that have been powerful for my learners. But together we'll be working on activities that you can adopt immediately with your learners and with your colleagues, going back to your schools and sharing them with your staff so they can make inquiry their own as well. So some really awesome cities on the tour. Even if you're not living in one of those cities, consider making it a trip of your own and visiting us. Definitely some destination cities, looking at some of the things we have planned with regards to the excursions really make me excited. So consider getting your application in soon so we could start planning together.
So we have a question, will this tour be coming to Toronto? And actually we're considering that. That's just something I hadn't been able to pre-plan, but if we can find a host in Toronto, we would be willing to come to Toronto. We've wanted to come, we're all like, yes, we'll come to Toronto. And I might end up living there, but that's a whole nother issue. Anyway, and I want to tell you about the Google Infused Classroom. It's the reason we're doing that one is the book is coming out, but it happens to be one of the most popular sessions we have at Google Summits. And it's taking the idea of Google tools, but taking them one step further to amplify learning in your classroom so that you learn how to make thinking visible with these tools. So after the 2 cohorts at the beginning and the deep dive and the 2 after, you're going to be able to use Google tools in a way that really is reflective of pedagogy first, and then technology as an amplifier of that, not taking technology and putting it on top of something that you're already doing. So you're going to learn to rethink what that looks like, how we're going to like impact Generation Z with these new tools in ways that you didn't even know were possible. So this is exciting stuff. We're trying to make it a destination. We're trying to make it something that changes your classroom for lasting impressions, not only for your classroom, but for your school. And we want to have teacher leaders out there who are out helping us with Google Infused Classroom, helping us with inquiry and HyperDocs and other parts of the world. So we hope that you will apply. We're really excited about this. We're very excited. And if there are any people out there who want other cities, Victoria is my favorite Canadian city. Sorry, everybody else. But so yes, we'll do Victoria, but if we need it. But we want to make lasting change, not just come, learn a few things, and take a couple things back. We want lasting, impactful change next school year. So help us on that ride. And I'll put up the bit.ly one last time. And Tanya, are there any questions we can answer while I put up that bit.ly again?
Well, definitely a lot of requests for different cities. And what I want to say is we chose 8 insane, incredible cities. The way we look at it is this could be your summer trip that you plan out, maybe with your family. It's an excuse to get there. If your school's willing to send you, that's a hotel room with your family. And then you get to come hang out and learn. And maybe you've always wanted to visit Australia and New Zealand, but you just needed a reason to go. Or perhaps New York was just on your bucket list and you now have a PD place to visit. So definitely all these great places, and perhaps maybe some other, if there's enough interest, could potentially open up. But we really hope to see you at some of the 8 that we have scheduled for the summer. There was a good question, Holly, about the dates.
No, I didn't do it again. I didn't share. I'm not very good at this live hangout thing. There are some questions about the dates. Well, when you email us, we're going to give you all of that information. And the locations and dates, they start in early July, end in early August. So think of those dates, and we'll give you all of that information if you go to bit.ly, thetour17. And we really do have a lot of interest that happened as I was planning this. So get your applications in early. They're only 10 questions or maybe even 15. It's simple. We just want to make sure that you're a person who wants lasting change. We want to change education here. New York is already in it. Okay, is that it? Oh, you're putting it in. You're putting it in the wrong place.
They're just asking for which cities they are again. Would you want to just go over them one more time?
Sure, I'd love to. And we're going to tweet out the that video again. So the cities right now, we're starting in Melbourne, then going to Sydney, over to Auckland, coming up through the water to Portland, Austin, Chicago, and then New York City. Pricing we will send to you with your email. So, and it's actually really good pricing. I'm very proud. But give us your email and share it out with people. Make it a trip with your best friend, your best teacher friend, and let's have some fun tasting New Zealand wine, drinking some Australian coffee, climbing the Sydney Bridge, and learning how to change education. Yay! Okay,
thank you.